Welcome back to the InScentive Collection. I be the host, Brandon, and today we are getting back into the year of 1907. It's usually where I do a monologue about all the things that came out of that year, but we're in a Tesla, so that's not going to happen. But what we will do is smell the fragrance at hand, and in particular, it is going to be Boadicea, Mamacita, Mamacita, by the Victorious. All right? The Victorious. Now, I do quite like the bottle. Yes. I like all these bottles so far. The green one, the yellow one, I've seen the blue one, and now the red one. Yes, I like this. It's not just red. It's like a deep ruby. Ruby. Yes. You can tell a lot of... There's an N and an M on this bottle. You can tell they put a lot of effort, thought, and consideration in these. There's no question about it. Even the background is dope. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like a marble finish. And it also goes with the entire design language of the bottle. So there's a lot of thought, a lot of effort. That's one of my favorite things, the creative design of this fragrance. And holy smokes, it's got 49 reviews now. That might not sound like a lot, but this fragrance is $1,000. So there have been 49 people that have bought this fragrance. That is okay, I'm sorry. No, it's for 100 ml, it's $675. Only $700 only. So, which is not, hey, listen, if the juice is worth the squeeze, then hey, right? So, Old World Grandeur, reborn in alchemy of violet spices and tonka bean, inspired by the 1907 Neiman Marcus luxury retail world. Oh, the bustling world of Neiman Marcus back in 1907. Ah, okay. Take me through there. We're gonna go ahead and try this out. I'm gonna get this on the back of the wrist, and then we're gonna go ahead and start reading what stories they want to tell with a lot of big words, because they seem to, whoa, I just wasted 85% of that. So we're gonna go ahead and bam, one more time. Yes, the AC blew that back into my mouth. All right, so, gosh, this is gonna be painful. Here we go. So, Neiman Marcus, the beautiful, the NM on the bottle, beautiful bottle, refers to Neiman Marcus. Remember, I pointed it out earlier. All right. This is as large as it's gonna get, but yep, pointed that out earlier. All right, and I love it. Like, it's a complete idea of the fragrance. It's not just, Anyway, the NM on the bottle, beautiful bottle, refers to the Neiman Marcus, the retail emporium founded in 1907 in Dallas. The perfume, man, just like 8 things just hit my account. What is that about? The perfume embodies the ethos of Boadicea the Victorious, who believed passionately in luxury perfume, shopping in an elevated aromatic way. A sparkling canopy of green spices is irrigated with lemon and sparks of cassie like a cur royal, bubbling with the floral peppers of bays rose. The heart is airy and herbaceous, sinking like evening into the varnished base of smoky wood. Amber, resins, and tobacco, nutmeg, and sage mingle with a soft... They're mingling, guys. They are mingling. With a soft wood of whoosh and resins, cedar, mossy, musk, and tobacco, boldly echoing vintage tropes. They're boldly back there echoing things. That's the cedar, moss, musk, and tobacco are echoing vintage tropes. In the 1907 by Boadicea, Victorious is rich with opulent detail and deserving of love. And in the notes, you have cardamom, cinnamon, lemon, pink pepper. And in the heart, you have nutmeg, sage, violet. And in the base, you have amber, benzoin, cedarwood, moss, musk, tobacco, topping. Well, what does that all equate to? Take me through there. This is remarkable. Godly, I don't know where to start with this. This almost hits everything I love about fragrances. It like the best way I could explain this is dynamic range. Like there's lights, there's darks, there's mids, there's contrast, there's micro contrast. Good gracious. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, focus. I think I would buy this. It's also fruity, but it's still like bold. When they say bold echoing, they are not playing. All right, you got cardamom, cinnamon, lemon, pink pepper, nutmeg, sage, violet, cashmere, amber, benzoin, cedarwood, oak moss, musk. Where is the fruity aspect coming from? This is another fragrance that may be going over my head as far as how to describe it. It smells beautiful. It does remind me, it reminds me of like a Nissan fragrance. Like I could see them making something like this. This is definitely unisex. This is all year round. It might be a bit much in the summer, but there's lemon in here. Yeah. And pink pepper. So it's sweet. I don't know how it's sweet. I mean, it's sweet. Oh, you know what? Let's see what Fragrantica got to say. I don't know how it's sweet, but it is. Maybe there's something in here. They have it as amber, musky, powdery, warm spice, aromatic, citrus, sweet, violet, and fresh spice. And they have the exact same things. Yeah. This one's tricky, guys. This is very, very, very hard to explain. I'll try my damnedest. All right, so it is a fragrance that is very bold. It's very dense. It's almost heavy. It smells like a fragrance that, like when they say the bustling environment of like luxury, I can see that because it's not. It doesn't. Oh gosh, it's such a complete fragrance. Like there's so much going on. It does smell like I was in a Ritz-Carlton that I stayed in for about a week, and like I don't know what the heck they spray in like the lobby, but like this is similar to that. Like it's like it's not. It's neither masculine or feminine. Like it's really hard to explain. But it's not like it's not a Glade air freshener either. So get that out your mind. It just smells like, gosh, how do you explain this? It smells like an expensive environment. Like somebody's like, hey, it needs to smell good in here. Don't put none of that cheap, plug it in. Like, let's get some high-end stuff in here. That's the best way I can explain that. Mostly just because also it's incredibly blended. I am getting lemon, but it's just like in tartness, not necessarily in scent, more like in tart. This is the best moss type of oak. A lot of fragrances, guys. I've been getting hit over the head with oak moss and vetiver. I don't know what has been going on, but for the past like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's been oak moss, vetiver, Haitian vetiver, and it's got that dry, like just like hay, and it's not a bad thing. It's not my thing, but when you get hit with it over and over again, it's like, oh, it's so predictable. This or formulaic. This. Sure, yeah. Tell me whatever you want to say is in there. It's so blended. It's blended so well that like the notes don't even matter. Like I'm being honest. I will say I am getting the nutmeg. Is it the sage that's giving it that floweriness? Cinnamon. Most of these are just ideas. Like it's just like, oh well. They're not notes. I know that's hard to explain. Like, they're always notes. Not here, guys. I'm not smelling notes. I'm smelling the idea of a note. And this is totally different. This is totally different, guys. Excuse me. Boadicea. Yeah, man, this is, I'm not afraid to say it, guys. This is a little bit over my head. I'd love to, like, you know, interview the perfumer, maybe talk to somebody from the house. This is above, in my opinion. This is above your Francis Kurkdjian. This is above your, your Chanel. The Chanels that I've smelled. I haven't smelled the designer stuff. I haven't smelled the niche stuff. I've only smelled like the, you know, the $100, $200 stuff. This is above all that. This is above, dare I say, Nisane. This is a different tier, guys. This is a different tier. Is it in the Creed Aventus? Like, is it in the Creed world? Creed has like an amazing way of making things like bold, but also like I don't want to say simple, but like complete and clean. I'll say clean. This somehow is dirty, but it's also very linear and complete. Not at all simple. Like, this is very sophisticated. I'd be very interested to see like duration. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I would say this is definitely a signature scent. Nobody is gonna smell like this. Let's get that out of the way. You will be one of one smelling this. This is something that if you spray, people are gonna be like, man, what is that? Now, what I will say is this. I'm not sure if this is the type of fragrance that is going to garner praise. I don't know. I'm not saying that it won't. I just don't know. It doesn't lean in any direction. Like, you know, like I've had fragrances when women smell it, like, this smells like a man. You know what I'm saying? I've had women smell that. There's certainly been fragrances that I've smelled. I was like, I can't wait for my shorty to put this on. This is kind of like above, like, sexual appeal. Like, this is pure art. Like, this is pure art. Now, will it get lied and, or not lied, but will it get pushed into a panty dropper realm? 1000%. For sure. This doesn't, but it's above that. Like, this is trying to capture a mood. It's trying to capture an essence, a time period, an environment. I don't know. I have tried Saint something by MPL, Mind Perfume Lab. They had a similar fragrance. It was like, I wouldn't wear it, but it definitely took me back to Orale Napoli. Definitely took me back to Italy, Naples, for sure. This doesn't take me back to the Ritz-Carlton, but I can I can see some of the similarities. So anyway, we're almost 15 minutes in. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. If you're still here, let me know in the comment section. Put something in there to let me know you've been rocking out with me. Thank you so much for going on this adventure with me. I want to say there's some type of orange blossom jasmine, but it could be cashmere, sage, musk. Yeah. Yeah, man. Let me look at that verbiage one more time. Oh, see if I can get some inspiration or a better understanding. A better understanding over reading the second. Sparkling canopy of green spices irrigated with lemon, sparks of cassie, cur oil, bubbling with floral peppers, base rose. His heart is airy and herbaceous, sinking like an evening into varnished smoke woods, amber resins, tobacco, nutmeg, sage, soft woods, whoosh of resin, whatever. Yes. It's definitely an experience. And a remarkable one. This is definitely an S tier fragrance. Who made this? They don't even talk about the perfumer. Yeah. Well, Fragrantica probably has it. 1 second, guys. I know we're dragging this out, but I'm curious. This person needs to get their credit. 1907, wood space. Right here, it says right here, the fragrance offers above average longevity and its balanced composition that does not lean towards either masculine or femininity. Your boy knows his stuff. All right? I'm on it. You're on the best damn channel there is. The best damn channel. Oh, gosh. I said that exactly. Anyway, they don't list the perfumer. Shame on you, Fragrantica. Maybe it's not listed. But I'm telling you right now, this is one of the best damn fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. I got to give him credit. Yeah. Remarkable. Anyway, 17 minutes. That might be a record. Thank you guys so much for watching. One thing I know for sure, YouTube is making some excellent recommendations right now. One thing's for sure, 2 things for certain. There are a couple other fragrances from Boadicea on the channel. Check them out. Come back. Let me know what you think. Grab a damn sample. Try this fragrance. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.